The year 2025 has been a significant year for Ghanaian athletics, marked by a fourth place finish at the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo and a second place on the African stage, a result that reflected real progress and growing confidence. I'm Akua Amankwaa Janet, and in this year in review conversation, I'm joined by the president of the Ghana Athletics Association, Bawa Fuseini, to reflect on the season, assess what worked, and look ahead of what must be improved as preparation begins for 2026. President, thank you so much for joining us. President, tell me, how has 2025 been for the Athletics Federation and you being the leader of the Athletics Federation? How has 2025 been for you?
2025 has been a different year altogether. It was success and there was challenges. There was a lot of things that we went through in 2025. Unlike the other years, that sometimes the whole year would have been bad news, the whole year would have been very little good news. But this 2025 has been a lot of good news and a lot of challenges. The good news is that we're able to win the bid to host African Senior Championships. Our athletes have been the fourth fastest in the world, second fastest in Africa. We broke the national record in Tokyo and we hosted a lot of competition. But the flip side of it is that the funding that we're looking for and the medal that we're chasing in Tokyo, we're not able to achieve those things. And the program that I wanted to run locally, we're not able to do that. But if you ask me the year under review, I would say the year has been positive. Because the positive much outweighs the challenges that we have in the year. So the year was good. We are just looking forward to see how we are going to improve the performance, both athletes and officials, come 2026, if God willing.
And as the president of the federation, what will you say is the biggest achievement point for you?
My biggest achievements are twofold. One, for the athlete performance, for breaking the national record in Tokyo and becoming the fourth fastest in the world. I think that's the first time Ghana has ever achieved that feat. And for me personally, for winning the bid to host African Championship, because the fight was not easy at all. The fight was with Botswana. When it comes to athletics, Ghana and Botswana, it's a gulf in between us. There's a gulf in between Ghana and Botswana. But nonetheless, we were able to win the bid from Botswana. That is one of my biggest happiness and my biggest legacy that I've achieved personally. And of course, the athletes have been so much in performance, especially Samini. Yeah, going below 9.90. It's an achievement at threefold: Samini performance, the 4x100 performance, and the bid to win the bid to host the African Championship. For me, these three things stand tall in all our performance in 2025.
And what will be some of the key difficult moments as the leader of the federation?
The difficult moment was how to secure ticketing, kitting, and to be able to send more coaches for our athletes to the major competitions. That has been one of the biggest challenges that we face. This time around, we tried to increase the number of the coaches, but it was still not enough. We are looking forward in the future where we can have at least 2 athletes per coach, or if possible, every athlete can go with he or her own coach. That was one of the biggest things that we faced. Trying to certify the athletes, trying to certify the quota system for world athletics, trying to certify some board members as well. So the challenge has been, how many people do we go to competition with? And who do you go with? Who do you drop? Who do you add? So that's been one of my biggest challenge as a president. But nonetheless, we are able to work things out and we speak to people who understand. But we're looking forward to see whether we can't have resources to be able to send more coaches for our athletes.
And talking about resources, the sports bill has been finally
past, and I'm sure that in terms of talent identification, in terms of infrastructure, and a lot more is going to help the Athletics Federation, and not just Athletics Federation, it's going to help sports as a whole. What are you looking for in the year 2026?
I'm looking for what I'm looking for in the year 2026 are threefold again. The sports bill is one of the best thing that have ever happened in the sporting history of Ghana. Because people, ministers have tried, but they have not gone too far like Honorable Kofi Adams has reached. And it is one of the biggest challenge we have in Ghana sports, funding. When this bill is operationalized, it, it will take 90% of the federation challenges in Ghana. And I indicated on another platform that the bill, when operationalized, should not be a walk in the park. People should not just write application or submit budgets and they'll take money, go and spend and come. There has to be conditionalities, processes that will require a federation to be able to apply. You can't just apply because you're a federation. There should be certain conditionalities attached to it. And if you apply it and you have been given, the return of the money will determine whether, or account to the money will determine whether you will get additional one the next time around. And I will repeat my request that the categorization will help dispensation of the sports funding. If you lump all the federations in one basket, you are going to find difficult how to disperse the money. But if you categorize them, category A, category B, category C, category D, with conditions attached, what do we need to do to go to category A, or what will we need not to do to drop to category B? And the condition has to be stringent. We're talking of money, we're talking of good governance, we're talking of accountability. It has to be stringent enough so that people take public funding, they should be able to account for it properly. And if you're able to do that, 90% of the federation challenges will be resolved. And now we can now concentrate on good governance and proper selection and clean sports. So this one is one of the biggest achievements of this ministry. And we have to thank Honorable Kofi Idi Adams for seeing through that the sports bill it's gone past the cabinet. It is now at the level of parliament. And we are asking the parliament to be able to ask the parliament to pass it as quickly as possible so that it will be operational.
And the year 2026 is going to be a very busy one. We have the Commonwealth Games in Scotland at the corner. We have the Youth African Youth Championship, which you were inaugurated on the LOC as well. How will preparation be for the general athletes who will be competing for medals for Ghana?
The 2026 is the packed year. We have Akua Championship in Senegal. We have Five Nations in Burkina Faso. We have African Senior Championships in Ghana. We have Youth Commonwealth Games in Senegal again. We have World Junior Championships in Eugene, Oregon. We have Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. So these are about 6, 7 high-profile international competitions. No athletes will want to waste 2026. And as a federation level, we are going to support the athletes in whatever way we can to let them prepare very, very well for that. Where Ghana athletes have reached, going to Commonwealth Games and come empty-handed, it is not more an option. We have gotten so far that the Commonwealth Games, we need to come home with something. We cannot promise the color, but we have to come up with something. If you are able to be the fourth person, the fourth fastest in the world in the 4x100, the second fastest in Africa, behind South Africa, I think the Commonwealth Games athletics will have to come home with something. And the World Junior Championships in Eugene, a couple of athletes have already made it by qualifications. We are looking forward for good performance. The Youth Olympics in Senegal too. But to crown it all, we are going to show Africa that Ghana athletics has come to stay.
Before we let you go, one problem that has always, surfaced is preparation for our athletes, especially for the biggest competition like Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and all the championship. How are we going to make sure that going forward, we give them the enough preparation ahead of this tournament ahead of them?
The preparation, we started a pilot program with preparation of athletes with the Ghana Olympic Committee. So now we are working very closely with Ghana Olympic Committee and with the ministry and with the association. These three institutions will pool small resources together to be able to prepare our athletes very well. Before we went to the Tokyo, we had only 3 or 4 week campaign. Look at the performances. If we had gotten enough resources to be able to camp them for 6 weeks or even 2 months, their performance would have been far better or exceed what they did. So having that knowledge and having that intelligence, we are going to camp them in Ghana first. Before they come to Ghana, they might have gone to World Relays in Botswana to want to camp them after the African Championship. But the athletes we are going to count will be excluding the student athletes, because at that time they were running their conferences and their finals, so we can't keep them more than 2 weeks. But those who are out of school or those who are completed, we will definitely have to count them for at least 2 months before the Commonwealth Games. If we are able to do that, and I'm very sure we should be able to do that, the Commonwealth Games will be a very good games for Ghana athletics.
How do you rate your performance as a federation this year?
As a federation, if you give me myself, if you give me myself,
Percentage performance.
I'll give myself A plus. I give myself, because what we have achieved so many unprecedented things. Since we came into office, we have been able to raise funding on ourselves. All our program that we have been doing is funded by the Federation, except the international program. And we've hosted one of the best African games in athletics. We have won the bid to host African Championship for the first time in history. We broke the national record. We became the 4th fastest. We became the 2nd fastest in Africa. And this year we had athletes who have actually run less than 9.90. If these are all not achievement, what else? And these are the first time we're doing that. So the federation, not me alone, the whole federation, including the athletes and officials, have done extremely well. I'm just hoping and praying that we should keep on doing that till we get to Los Angeles 2028 and bring a medal to Mother Ghana.
Okay, Mr. Bawa, your Christmas wish for your athletes, your federation, everybody.
My Christmas wish is that I wish very happy Christmas to all our athletes, wherever they are, those in US, those in Ghana, those in Britain, those in Europe, that they should keep on training. The association is fully supporting and aware of them. And by next year, we will win something. And to also wish the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, happy and Merry Christmas. And to my boss, Honorable Minister for Sports and Recreation, MP for Boeing constituency, Honorable Kofi Adams, I wish you happy Christmas and prosperous next year. Next year, you continue achieving bigger things for Ghana sports. At the end of the day, we will say, God bless you and congratulations. Thank you.
That has been the review of Ghana's athletics in 2025. Many thanks to the president of the Ghana Athletics Association, Bawa Fuseini, for joining us. I'm Amankwaa, and thank you for listening. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of the year.